Hiya folks, it's James, JT at the Movies, back here again, and we've made it. We're at the end of my DVD collection series where I've been showing you every title in my DVD collection. Now don't worry, we've got a second series where the Blu-ray collection is going to be shown, but like I say, I've got a really big announcement about the channel coming up soon, and I kind of want to wait until I've got that announcement out of the way before I show you the Blu-rays. So hang fire on that one because it is coming and you will see them before Christmas. But anyway, we're into the last section of my DVDs. Now this is a section that is my favourite actors, and then a few miscellaneous DVDs at the bottom that are sort of in like a bit of a almost a war and western section, and then a classics section as well. So this is what's left of my DVDs. It's predominantly though my favourite actors that are in this section. There are some Blu-rays as well, because what I've done is I've put entire filmographies together, so this will be the first time I show you some of the Blu-rays that I've got. So this is the first part of my favourite actors and directors section. I've got Christopher Nolan's filmography there. So we've got Following, which is a Czech Republic import, Memento, Insomnia, Batman Begins, The Prestige, The Dark Knight, Inception, Dark Knight Rises, Interstellar, and Dunkirk. We've got Jackie Chan films here: Legend of Drunken Master, Dragons Forever, Super Cop, which is Police Story 3, Jackie Chan's Police Story and Police Story 2, Crime Story, The Original Drunken Master, Operation Condor, Armour of God 2, City Hunter, and then The Armour of God, which is the first one. Okay, we've then got some DVDs here. We've got Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights, Who Am I?, Police Story Lockdown, New Police Story, and Jackie Chan's First Strike, which was the international release title for Police Story 4 First Strike. We've then got another one here called Super Cop, which is actually Super Cop 2, and it's a spin-off following Michelle Yeoh's character from Super Cop Police Story 3. Rumble in Hong Kong, not really a Jackie Chan film. He's got a bit of an extended cameo in it. I don't really know if you could call it that, because it's the start of his career, so it's probably more of a walk-on when he was more of a that guy than anything else. We've then got Rumble in the Bronx, which is absolutely fantastic. Over here we've got Bleeding Steel, Mr. Nice Guy. That is a Polish import of The Foreigner, the Netflix film that he did very recently with Pierce Brosnan, directed by the chaps who did Casino Royale and GoldenEye, and it's fantastic. The Rush Hour trilogy. I did actually pick one up just this week, which I've yet to file away, but it's that new one that he's done where him and Arnie have extended cameos in it, The Iron Mask, which I think is like a sequel to another film that Jason Fleming was a part of. Anyway, we've got Twin Dragons, Around the World in 80 Days, The Tuxedo, The Medallion, Protector, Kung Fu Yoga, Accidental Spy, Thunderbolt, Chinese Zodiac, which I believe is Operation Condor 3. And then we've got a box set here that's got it's got another copy of Police Story in it. It's got Project A Parts 1 and 2, Meals on Wheels, and just a few of his classic sort of Hong Kong era films. We'll then move into, and I shall just move my little figurine, but we move into my Clint Eastwood section. This is both his acting and directing turns, so let's have a look there. So Midnight of the Good Evil Garden, I think that says there. Every Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can, The Mule, Absolute Power, Unforgiven, Gran Torino, True Crimes. The gap there is because me and Laura recently watched Sully, Miracle on the Hudson. The Dirty Harry Collection, Space Cowboys, Changeling, the Few Dollars trilogy, and then Hang 'em High in a Clint Eastwood Western collection. The Gauntlet, The Eiger Sanction, which is a brilliant one. Pale Rider, another fantastic one. Play Misty for me. A colleague of mine at work recommended that, said that I'd absolutely love it, and she was right, I did. Bloodwork, what a brilliant film that is, one of his later ones from about 20 years ago. Mystic River, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, Coogan's Bluff, The Outlaw Josie Wales, In the Line of Fire, another great one, $1 Million Baby, Jersey Boys, and Hiya Folks, and that's one of my absolute favourites. So, if you've been watching my DVD and Blu-ray updates, you will know that I am a Nicolas Cage fan, and this is not my entire Nicolas Cage DVD and Blu-ray collection, but it is what's put away. We've got 8mm, Vampire's Kiss. And for anybody wondering, these are not put in alphabetical orders. They are not filed in accordance with A, B, C, D. Yeah, I'll stop. I'll get my coat. Wicker Man, Frozen Ground, Ghost Rider 1 and 2, First one's okay, second one's dire. Grand Isle, World Trade Centre. Captain Corelli's Mandolin, that was my dad's, was that? We got that when we cleared the house out, and I kept it because it's a Cage film. Drive Angry, The Trust, and Vengeance. Both of them two were my dad's, Trust and Vengeance. My favourite Nick Cage film, I think, possibly, Red Rock West. Mum and Dad, National Treasure 1 and 2, Snake Eyes, Bad Lieutenant, Port Call, New Orleans, Raising Arizona, Leaving Las Vegas, Bangkok Dangerous, Firebirds, The Wings of the Apache. Good lord, was that Army of One, Deadfall, Matchstick Men, Bringing Out the Dead, Face Off, Lord of War, a great one, Gone in 60 Seconds, Trespass, City of Angels, Gone in 60 Seconds, Director's Cut, Mandy, which I did not care for at all, and then Kiss of Death. We then move over here and we've got my Sylvester Stallone movies. We've got Cliffhanger and then the first 3 Rambo movies. I'll move my little character again. Copland, Judge Dredd, Over the Top, Detox, Escape Plan Trilogy, Daylight, the Stallone Collection, which I think has got like Assassins, Cobra, a few others in there, Creed, the Rocky series up to Balboa. I've got Creed 2 on Blu-ray, so that's upstairs. Bullet to the Head, Rambo 4 and 5, and The Expendables 1 and 2. We then come to my Arnold Schwarzenegger section. We start with Hercules in New York, Commando, Red Sonja, Aftermath, Conan the Barbarian, which I've just picked up again on Blu-ray, so that one will be getting donated, Red Heat, Raw Deal, The Sixth Day, Eraser, Kindergarten Cop. We've then got Last Stand, Collateral Damage, Terminator Genesis, and okay, I'm cheating a little bit here, but I just couldn't have Terminator Salvation on its own. Arnie's likeness is only superimposed onto a Terminator at the end of the film, but for me that's good enough. The Conan Blu-ray I was just telling you about, Maggie, The Running Man, and that one's part of the next section, so I'll talk about that in a second. We've got Terminator, T2 Judgment Day, Terminator Rise of the Machines, and then, in my opinion, the brilliant Terminator Dark Fate. Sabotage, Twins, Junior, Last Action Hero, a Japanese import of True Lies, which has a better audio track on it than the standard DVD, which is the DVD next to it. I did just pick up that recent Spanish grey release of True Lies, and the picture quality is brilliant. I didn't realise that it wasn't legitimate until I started seeing other people picking it up and sort of the controversy around it. It was just available on Amazon, and I thought, oh well, fair play. If Spain have got it, I'll have it. But apparently there's this whole thing with copyright laws over there, and they've got this sort of loophole where they can do this thing called grey releases. But yeah, anyway, we've got End of Days. We then move into my Tommy Lee Jones section, which isn't completely exhaustive because there's a lot of films of his that are actually in other sections that I've got. But we've got The Client. I love it. It's one of my favourite thrillers ever. Rules of Engagement, Hunted, The Missing, Blown Away, The Package, Volcano, Natural Born Killers, Double Jeopardy, one of my favourite films of all time, and my first ever solo movie vlog on this channel. JFK, where he plays Clay Bertrand, and then the family film Man of the House. He's then in US Marshals, which, as you can see, I've got a double pack there with The Fugitive on Blu-ray. Let's move into our Harrison Ford section now. Harrison Ford is my favourite actor of all time, bar none, and I have every film that he has ever been in from basically Star Wars onwards. Working Girl, Regarding Henry, Hanover Street, Blade Runner the Director's Cut, Crossing Over, Witness, Firewall, Hollywood Homicide, Cowboys and Aliens, Presumed Innocent, The Fugitive, Morning Glory, The Frisco Kid, Age of Adeline, 42, 6 Days and 7 Nights, quite enjoyed that one, Paranoia, American Graffiti, Extraordinary Measures, one of my favourites, Force 10 from Navarone, Random Hearts, Frantic, great film, What Lies Beneath, The Secret Life of Pets 2, he plays a bulldog in that and had to get it, Sabrina, Clear and Present Danger, and Patriot Games. You may remember from my earlier section on, I think it's Action and Adventure, that I have those with the Jack Ryan movies. I got a Harrison Ford box set for Sabrina, Regarding Henry, and Clear and Present Danger. Unfortunately, I got it second hand, and they were the only discs in it of any decent nick, so I ended up having to get Regarding Henry again, but kept it for those anyway. And then we've got a Spanish import of the Mosquito Coast, which after the recent controversy of the True Lies Blu-ray, I'm now beginning to wonder whether or not that's actually another grey release. Come down to the bottom of this shelf now, and we've got the last of my Harrison Ford films so far. I've got Blade Runner, the final cut on Blu-ray, Blade Runner 2049, Ender's Game, Expendables 3, where he plays Drummond, The Devil's Own with Brad Pitt, that should have been so much better than it was, and then the fantastically daft Air Force One. We then move on to a bit of a guilty pleasure section of mine. These are my Steven Seagal movies. Anything that Steven Seagal's done in the last sort of 20 years or so, sorry to say it, Steve, ain't been that cracking. But some of his earlier works, up to sort of like the early 2000s, which is basically this stuff, I did enjoy it, and used to enjoy watching a lot of these in my sort of like early teenage years with my dad on a Saturday night or whatever. We've got Pistol Whipped, we've got On Deadly Ground, we've got Submerged, we've got Hard to Kill, Fire Down Below, The Patriot, and then we've got a triple pack there that's got a few in. What's it got in it? The Foreigner, The Shadow Man, and Black Dawn. Never heard of any of them, but I picked that up in a charity shop about a year ago. We've got The Foreigner again there, actually. We've got The Marker, quite like that one. Half Past Dead, that's a great one. And then the box set with the classics in Nico, Out for Justice, Under Siege 1 and 2, The Glimmerman, Executive Decision, what a brilliant film that is, Fire Down Below, and Exit Wounds. So we then come on over here to my War and Westerns section. We've got The Wild Geese, which again is another one of these out of the paper now. Arrow Video have popped out a copy of that recently, and I'm very, very tempted to upgrade, but it's not one I watch regularly, so we'll see. Hacksaw Ridge, we watched that very recently at the in-laws, it was great. Valkyrie, The Eagle Has Landed, The Boys from Brazil, Tears of the Sun, Mel Gibson, The Patriot, great film that, Master and Commander, the original Magnificent Seven, The Assassination of Jesse James, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Wild Wild West. I'm glad I've actually noticed that, because I nearly bought that the other day, actually. Wild Wild West, Kelly's Heroes, Buffalo Soldiers, Zulu, Platoon, The Hurt Locker, Full Metal Jacket, The Deer Hunter, Three Kings, and Ice Cold in Alex. And those last four are part of a Warner Brothers War collection. This one seems to be the only one, because I've bought them all second hand, but this one seems to be the only one that's retained the like the cardboard sleeve for it. But there you go. So we've got my classics section now. There's a couple of Warner Archive titles there, which were actually my girlfriend's late grandmother's. We've got The Search and The White Tower. Now they are actually Region 1, so I have to play those downstairs on my Region 3 player. We've got Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai and Yojimbo. We've got The Great Dictator. We've got Casablanca, The Big Sleep, The Maltese Falcon, the original 1954 Godzilla, Metropolis, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, A Streetcar Named Desire, The Third Man, the original Lady Killers with Alec Guinness and co. It's an Ealing comedy, isn't it? I think is what they call them. Sunset Boulevard, Brighton Rock, the original, Dr. Zhivago, Gone with the Wind. Got some Jimmy Stewart ones here. Rope, Rear Window, Harvey, Road to Morocco, a Bob Hope one. Ben-Hur, Our Man Flint, Bridge on the River Kwai, Flight of the Phoenix, the original Thomas Crown Affair, Kes. And then we've got a few Blu-ray classics here. Cool Hand Luke, the original Get Carter, Citizen Kane, To Kill a Mockingbird, fantastic film. The Hustler, 12 Angry Men, fantastic stuff. The Great Escape on Blu-ray, and The Sting. So there we are, folks. Thank you very much. And if you've been watching this series since I started it in March of 2020, I just want to say thank you very much for sticking with me through all of this and seeing it through to the end. Your support means a great deal. If you've liked the video, please be sure to give it that thumbs up. Leave a comment with your thoughts. As always, if there's any glaring omissions from the collection, let me know if you think I should pick something up. I'm always open to recommendations and love to talk about films that I don't know about. If you've liked what you've seen today and collecting movies, talking about collecting physical media, enjoying films, reviewing them, doing unboxings, tours of the collection are the sort of thing that interests you, consider subscribing to the channel, and if you do, ring that notification bell so that when I post, you guys are the first to know about it. Other than that, folks, I thank you again, a million times thank you for watching through this series as I've rambled through my DVD collection for you. Blu-rays are coming along with a big channel announcement really soon. And just continue to take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you in whatever video I do next. Cheers, goodbye. But it's like saying, oh, we got Striking Distance. Now why the hell is that there? Because that's not a Steven Seagal film, that's Bruce Willis.